Oh, that's an issue. Well, that's unfortunate. I see my mic wasn't wasn't working at all. uh, that's crazy. Well, I wonder if YouTube can. Thank you. I wonder if YouTube can add subtitles by lip reading. Probably not, right? That's funny. So, was anything I was saying worth saying? I'm not too sure. I was thinking about how I was watching a Casey Neistat interview. He disappeared for a while. He was one of the big, like the early super famous YouTubers, right? He was a big vlogger. And watched a recent interview. He's a little jaded, I think, with... Thank you for that feedback, by the way. I would have just been a silent video this whole time. Otherwise, anyway, his thinking was that he's a little frustrated with people who've lost the sense of the art of what they're doing. And I think this is an abstract idea, and I don't need to spend a lot of time on it, but he respects Mr. Beast because Mr. Beast from the start had the intention of getting views. And what I'm thinking about is my intention has not been to get views, but instead to enjoy being with, going through this process of developing a skill set. I'm showing up every day or almost every day of the week for about an hour to just improve, to make progress, to get better. And so I think eventually there could be a reason to do something that is more practical for a viewership, for an audience. Right now, my audience is my audience is the people that I'm thinking this game through for. So the purpose I had when I started was to externalize my ideas, to think out loud, whether people were watching or not. What's been awesome is that the people who do jump in, and we chat and stuff, it's actually been really, really helpful to get your feedback and ideas, and we work on your ideas. So I think that's been an unexpected value, that there are people, friends of mine, who will watch and jump in and we'll dialogue about stuff. But anyway, what's been important to me from the beginning is that I show up whether people are watching or not. And this was just one way to make sure that I spend time doing what I really enjoy, doing what I'm excited about, passionate about, doing it every day and getting better at it. So I was thinking when I started this video, this live stream, it was thinking of coming up with a tagline. This is daily game design. And then I was thinking, okay, what could a tagline be for people to understand what it is I'm really doing? And then I thought, well, it's daily game design for stream to help early designers who are struggling by participating with someone who's struggling with game design. Struggling game designers, to see somebody struggling. Maybe that will help them. I don't know. Anyway, here we are. I rushed away, and I'm going to have to rush away again. In fact, this is going to be a shorter stream than usual. Because... Oh, you know what? Before I get into this... Oh, there's some interesting... Okay, some developments in my online class, but I'll get back to that when I get to school. So there was a little bit of an interesting discussion that started up on Facebook. It's a roll and move discussion. And I'm thinking of my friend Legends and how they play. I think they did play Magical Athlete on Tuesday night, which is a really fun, chaotic, wild roll and move. So here's somebody who's saying they have a roll and move. It's Mario Party-esque. Apparently, you're rolling, adding cards to the space. Anyway, so the person is concerned that roll and move will just be completely rejected by gamers. And I think it comes, actually I posted this yesterday. There's an interesting video from, who is this guy? I can never remember who this is, but there's this one YouTuber who I think posts really, really rich stuff. This one right here. This guy, Big Pasty. Big Pasty, I think a couple months ago, posted something about, it's called Good Luck. His video is called Good Luck in Board Games. And I think it's very well, his videos are very thoughtful. I think thorough analytically. And I posted his video or attempted to, I think it's still in review, but tried to post it to BGDL. And anyway, he does a good job talking about player agency. And he actually came up with a formula for player agency. I mean, to actually give a value to player agency. Like, what percent player agency does this person have in the game? So chess, we're thinking in percentages, chess would be 100% agency. Whereas Candyland would be 0% agency. And then you've got, I think he talked about Twilight Imperium. No, not Twilight Imperium. He did talk about TI. But first he talked about Dune Imperium Uprising. And he gave it, I think, a rating somewhere in the 70s. So you have in the 70%-ish. So you have a fair amount. Yeah, 3 games I can think of the moment that are roll and move. I mean, I own, and this is what I mentioned to this person, Formula D and River of Gold. I don't own River of Gold. But I do own Formula D. And I think that is a clever use of roll and move. I mean, somewhat thematic because of the shifting gears. But 3 games, that's actually interesting. Out of all of your collection, like, that's pretty nuts, right? That you only own 3 games with roll and move. Let me think about what they could be, because I'm not sure you own Formula D. If you did, that would make sense to me. It's a fun game, but obviously Magical Athlete. I really can't think. I don't think you have River of Gold. Yeah, I can't think of other roll and move games right now. Let me see what counts, actually. Or what is on the list here. Browse mechanics. Magical Athlete. Oh, you do Formula Day. Okay. Touch of Evil. I haven't heard of that one. Roll / spin and move. I'm curious to see what the highest rated. Oh, of course, Thunder Road Vendetta. They don't have typical dice, but it is roll and move. Oh, Camel Up. Sure. It's interesting that these are not organized by roll and move, and then I would like to see by rating, by rank. Okay. Yeah, I haven't played many of these. Formula D, Can't Stop. Hadn't thought of that as... Actually, I have 4. Another one is a war game, Prison Break. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. See, I just wasn't thinking of some of these. So, of course, I have Camel Up, Formula D. I don't own Can't Stop. I never thought of that as roll and move, but it is in a way. And then Deep Sea Adventure is super fun, but I don't have it anymore. It's in the the case that got stolen. Yeah. Oh, there it is. A Touch of Evil. Whoa, Dean. This looks like a B movie. Is it? Does it feel like that? Oh, 2008. Oh, that's pretty wild. Oh, I had the Magic Labyrinth. I gave that away. I own the new version of Escape from Colits? I don't know what that is. Was that in here? Mm-mm. I'm surprised this big game has it. Sha, Legends of a Drift System, right? That's supposed to be a pretty expansive, like 4X game, right? Okay, I have played Mountain Goats. Played Backgammon. Oh, yeah, Star Wars Epic Duels. I have that. There's your Magical Athlete. Oh, Molly House, I forgot his roll and move. Oh, there it is, 1973. Escape from Colditz. Nice. Well, anyway, there's some really good stuff there in that category. So, but it's interesting that I don't know. I still am of the mind, because I've been around people like Legends and then a lot of these other guys that play a lot. I just find it's so important to play a lot of games. So I'm a little surprised that it seems like this person has not played many modern games. There it is. Both Magical Athlete and Talisman are roll and move and are hit games in the hobby. It's not obvious to me whether Talisman is a hit game. I mean, in a way, I guess it is. It's mass market, though, isn't it? Cubitos I have not played. I don't know what Merlin is. Okay, so I think agency comes from the fact that every turn, regardless of what you roll, there's always multiple different space types to choose to land on since paths branch. There's something to that. So Touch of Evil does look like a B movie, but that company takes pictures for their games with actual models for it. Nice. That's awesome. I think that's a really fun and funny style, because I think doesn't Arc Nova sort of have real pictures? It's just a very, very odd looking thing now, I feel. It's very unusual. Doesn't mean it's bad, but it is interesting. Double roll and move games at the same time last Tuesday. Double roll and move. That's right. We had concurrent roll and move games. I think we should report that. I think I think I think we should complain to the authorities that Other Realms only plays roll and move games. Okay, so I haven't played. Let's see. We use D4 instead of D6 for movement to help. Okay, see, that makes sense to me. Because it reduces the variance, right? So we use D4 instead of D6 for movement to help the gap feel less intense. So yeah, even though rolling a 1 all the time instead of a 4 would feel worse, it's not the end of the world. I think that works for me. Like, I mean, at least they're thinking about how to mitigate or how to reduce the variance. That is a funny observation. Double roll and move. Okay. Anyway, I think that was my mechanics digression for the stream. I want to playtest a couple times here at least. I got an email from Chavo, from the graphic designer, and it had a couple thoughts in it that I was a little surprised by. It's not a problem, but so I told him that I'm trying these new icons and that I reduced the number of icons. And first of all, these icons are ugly, so I don't think it shouldn't be the focus or it shouldn't be thought of that I'm pushing for these icons, because I'm certainly not. I think they're very ugly icons. But the thing is that they're very functional, they're very distinct. So what I think it does is set a target for distinctness. Like how different these look is very, very helpful. And it's made gameplay a lot easier to to move through. I rushed away with the idea that there could be a once per game ability here on the card, so I want to play test that more. And unfortunately, are you going to add roll and move to ADRA HQ? Yeah. Maybe players only take the turns if they roll a 5 or a 6 or something like that. Or we add a map. So around these 4, yeah, where we put the here, where I set out the, well, actually, wait a second. Let me set up here. So I'm going to add one of these cards. Oh, wait a second. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 seems to be a pretty good number here. So I'm going to distribute these. Oops. Oh, I didn't want to see that, but that's fair. I mean, it happens. Okay, so I'm going to set out. So the Legends variant is that you roll a die and you can only interact with, the HQ is only going to interact with the landing spot for the team. So you'd have to add a standee. Don't be tempted to think I'm taking this idea seriously, but it is fun to think about for a second. It's fun to think about for a second here. Let's drop in an animal. Let's represent ourselves as a bear. So here it is. So the bear would run around, and you can only solve problems wherever the bear lands. That's the way to do it. Okay. I like it though.
It looks like your Wi-Fi name or password has changed. To update your Wi-Fi information, go to the Alexa app.
There you go. I actually turned off Alexa. I have this little, I shouldn't have said that. I have an Echo Dot that's like several years old. And I figured out how to trick it to not have Wi-Fi so that I don't have to interact with it or hear it very often. And it's just my Bluetooth speaker. Okay, so let's play test at least twice. I am going to have to leave early. I mean, I'm going to have to cut the stream short just so I can make sure to get to school on time. But let me get through at least 2 play tests here. Okay, so these are shuffled sufficiently I like flipping these up. I think that's like a nice way to get going. Oh wow. And from the start, I cannot play triangles to other oh to other cards, and it's all triangles. So that's tricky. All right, let me give everybody their cards. It'd be nice here. I still haven't gotten scripting to work, unfortunately. I feel like it should be possible to just click a button and all this setup would be automatic. Wow. This is an interesting distribution, at least visually, how it's all squares and triangles for these two and almost all circles and stars for these. But let's go. So here is, I think first responder still up here. Yes. So I think the first responder is motivated to get rid of this as soon as possible because they're mostly triangles. Don't tell me. Okay. Okay, I made a roll and move first person shooter board game when I was a kid that I actually want to remake. Yeah, why not? You should. Yeah, you really should. I feel like a lot of you guys with so much gaming experience, you have so much, and I'm not trying to just gas you up here, but you guys have a lot of insight about like what's possible for games and real sensitivity to the experience of games. And those things are really, I mean, from what I've seen, they're crucial for design. So, I mean, you might as well go for it. I'd like to see more of our people getting interested or like actually practicing design, like getting it done, because I think you guys could actually make pretty quick progress. Yeah. I think you really could. Yeah, why not? First person shooter with a roll and move mechanic. Okay, so it's this player's turn. I guess there's not a great reason, so that's 1, 2. I don't know why any players would just let this sit here. So like if the player had had a card that would meet this requirement, maybe they would have played 1. No, they definitely would have. I think they would have played 1 and then discarded. But it's a little odd to. Oh, this is perfect too. So it's 2. I don't know. Because you might not want to waste these icons. So I think let's say they let the other player do this, and then they have 1 more. So I think maybe it just rotates back. Now it's this player's turn. 2, 1 and 2. Those are those 2 actions, and then draw up, and then this is the final action. So 1. I mean the action that takes care of this issue. 2. So now everything else is unlocked. Wait, so that was 1 action, now 2 actions. See, this is even confusing. Like if you're watching and confused, that makes a lot of sense. Wow, the stream seems unstable today. Okay, so it was I don't know. I think I'm off somehow. So looking for, I'll just, oh, see, I needed to refocus. So let's just count this as their whole turn, because I don't remember if I refocused with the previous player. So that was a refocus in one. This player needed to draw up. This player needs to draw up. So we can do a 1 and then refocus south for 2 and then draw up and say 1, 2, going for circles there. And draw up. So this player will refocus this way. That was 1, 2. And let's do 1. These go away. Perfect. 2. And then here it could be 1, 2 to get rid of that. That feels like I should have drawn a little bit sad, but I think for efficiency's sake, this player is gonna shift away from wasting a square because there's so many squares. So we'll, that's 1, 2 actions, and then oh, this feels like a little bit of a waste, but oh, hang on. I keep forgetting to redraw, but players would not forget to redraw. I'm just managing too many little things right now. So that's 1. That's gone. Okay, and then I think 2, because this player would have said, hey, take me to, like, point to the north one. In case that was 2 actions there. Now, redraw. Oh, look at that. 1, 2. So that's gone. Now I need to refocus for 1, 2. Forgot to redraw. I'll just draw. I'll try to remember to draw at the end of the turn when they're supposed to. So refocus for 1, 2. 1, and then 2. Okay. 1, 2. Still need a circle. Oh, perfect. 1. And that's gone. And then refocus for 2. Okay, and then 1. Then this is gone. We'll just go for it. 2. And we'll shift to 1, 2 like that. 1 and pass. Redraw. Okay, so this player is going to draw. This one draws up. 1, 2. Okay, so that works. So that's gone. And now we're left with these triangles. So refocus for 1, 2. Oh, wait, this actually worked perfectly. So you didn't actually have to use the bomb. So this is what I was thinking. It's that, hey, Design Fire. Welcome. I'm testing this little card game. It's cooperative, and it's based on this NGO that like uh, that does like disaster response and development. Oh, Design Fire Francisco. I don't remember what was your username always. Yeah, was it always Design Fire? And I can kind of see your picture, so hmm. That was crazy. That was crazy. Very weird. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, so I totally like cut off the stream for a second and like OBS crashed and then it came back. Yikes. And now YouTube is completely losing it. Very weird. This is very weird. Because somehow OBS completely crashed and still it looks like the YouTube stream has continued. But anyway, let me I'm gonna run through one more playtest. I think I have time for one more, and then I'll have to transition away. Yeah, very weird. Okay. So only one player had to pass turn and draw, or draw and then pass turn. So I feel like that's a win. Oh, what I was gonna say is that Salvador said, yeah, let's see. These are some cool icons coming up. What I was saying is that these are not good looking icons, but they're very functional. But then his message continued. Salvador is the graphic designer. This is the plan anyway, is that he's going to design or illustrate or coordinate the design and illustrate the graphic design and illustration for this game. So anyway, it says, let me chat with the team about changes to the game mechanics as well. I think that minimizing it down, reducing it down to 4 pillars took a little oomph out of the game for me. So that's really interesting because I think the game is much I think it works much better now that it's down to 4. So down to 4 icons. So I'm not exactly sure what he means or what he's thinking, because the game works better and it's, I think, more thematically aligned in a way, because we can just kind of refer to the 4 things that ADRA cares about, rather than thinking of them as like individual types of material, like goods. We can still say something like, these are medical supplies, or these are emergency supplies, building supplies, rather than here is water, here is food, here is medicine. So instead of like referring to the actual stuff, we can still refer to categories of things, and I think that's better. Yeah, this is odd. Yeah, the stream is very much in and out. Yeah, not sure why, but I'm gonna play test one more time. Hopefully you can follow along, and then I'm gonna transition away to get ready for school. I just wish that the connection was more stable. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, so let me set up again. So anyway, it was interesting that reducing the number of icons didn't feel great to him, but I think it's a much stronger game for it. So I'd like to kind of hear what he's thinking. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the 11 challenge cards and one event card. And we'll do this again. Okay. Give everybody their starting hands. This looks a lot more spread out. Okay, and we'll flip these and we'll go. So I'm still not doing any, it's still not, I'm still not going for the time pressure. I'm just seeing if as players play, they feel the need, or they would feel the need to pass the turn, to just draw and pass. Because that's what I don't generally want to happen. But let's see. Oh, what is going on? Because I don't think my phone is like overheating. I don't know. The laptop seems okay. But anyway, I need to get this done. Okay, so first responder plays 1 and 2. Solid start there. Looking for 2 more triangles. I'll draw back up for them. Is it worth? Yeah, I think they can play 1 here, and then refocus. Let's say refocus to the south for 2. 1 and then refocus. Well, actually no, and then pass. I think. So let's do this. Because this player says, oh, I've got the squares we need, so that's 1, 2. And then these go away. Okay, and then this actually works. So that was 1. And is a refocus necessary? Yeah, and then 2. We can finish it wasting 1 icon. That's 1 action. And 2. We'll go for it. Draw back up. So refocus. So 1 and then 2. Perfect, because that's like perfectly efficient, right? Getting rid of these 1. That was 1 action. Getting rid of the 1 icon cards. 1 and then great 2. Draw back up. Cannot help there. Well, let's do this 1 icon card. 1. So it was refocus and 1 card. That was their turn. Over here. So 1, 2. Let's do that. And perfect, because 1, that was perfectly aligned. And then refocus somewhere. Let's refocus over here. So then 1. Let me redraw for these guys. 1 and 2, I guess. So they're just looking for 1 more circle. And then this one will refocus up here and say 1, 2. So they're looking for 1 more triangle. This player has nothing they can do. So this might be a case. Do they want to just blow one up now? Oh, I don't know how many are left because I turned off the overlay. So yeah, we're right here. There's nothing they can do. So I think they might just go and like blow this one up. So flip this, get rid of that. So I don't love that. I think that's probably, I don't know, too strong. Okay, but now to refocus, it's going to cost an extra card. So that was their turn. And so, ooh, so this player wants to refocus this way and has to discard a card to do it. That was 1 and then 2, but at least they finish that challenge card. Okay, so 1. And I think just pass after that. Redraw. 1. So that gets rid of this. And can they do anything else? Yes, 2. Perfect. Haven't really had to, and can continue, have not had to refocus very much. So this card isn't, the event card has not been very costly. So that's great. Now they're going to have to, now they are going to have to refocus. So refocus for, oh, you know what, get rid of this. So refocus for 1 and then play 1 card face down. And then do 2, let's say 3. Redraw. This will be 4. So that was first action. Maybe pass the turn. Yeah, and then pass. This one draws and passes. So this is, it's weird because this player has been the one who has not been able to play. Both times, I think. So that was 1, and then, oh, they didn't draw. And then pass. Here's 1. And then for the second one, like that. And so here, this is perfect because this player has plenty of triangles. So that was 1 action. 2, and then that was second action. Okay, finally this player gets to be the hero. So like that, 1, 2. And then that's it. So a player had to pass twice. But instead of passing, they blew up a card. And I don't think that was a problem. I don't think that was I don't think it wrecked the game experience. So I kind of like this. I still like it. But this is what I was thinking with this card. Like in the crew, I'm sure many of you are familiar with the crew. In that game, it's a cooperative game as well, and you can, at the start of the round, you can flip over, or you can spend some tile or flip over some tile that lets you exchange, do a little more like pre-planning or something, lets you move some cards around. And as you track how well you're doing in the game, you have to note whether or not you accomplish the round with using that special one-time ability or not. And so it's almost like if you don't use it, that's like a pure win. If you do use it, that's kind of like a dirty win. And I think the same could be true here for this bomb. And it's not a bomb, but that's the easiest way to talk about it. It's just you blow up 1 card or discard 1 card for free. Seth brought up the question yesterday of like, what does that mean thematically? I'm not sure yet, but mechanically, I think it could be very important. Anyway, thanks for joining today. Hope you all have a great day yourselves. I hope to see some of you soon. Yeah, it's been really nice to just fly through these playtests and see the game actually function, and that the icons are very legible, that gameplay is very smooth for the most part, and it looks to me like the game is operating well. So I'm excited about that. Anyway, that's it for me. I will see you soon. Have a good one.